All right, shalom, shalom, shalom. This is Great Millstone, Virginia. As always, to give you latest news, article, lessons to the spirit of Pi Yabashim Yahushai. But as always, first and foremost, I'm going to give all praises, glory, and honor due to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Say double honor to the elders of Great Millstone, who will season of the truth. Of course, say peace and blessings and salutation to Yakimat that presents the truth throughout the full corners of earth. Since they live to the best of their abilities, scattered throughout the full corners of earth with them to say shalom. All right, let's get into it. And it says 2 Virginia Guardsmen are running a rural anti-government militia. And we look at the word anti, it means to go against, all right, the government. So let's read it. It says that 2 Virginians run a local country-approved militia, one that has made over threats against the government. They also both happen to be top-performing non-commissioned officers in Virginia Army National Guard serving very government. The one of them has repeatedly warned is drifting towards tyranny. It says it's a seemingly contradictory set of rules that likely runs afoul of new Army rules that explicit prohibited anti-government behavior for soldiers on active duty and in guard. The Sergeant Staff Daniel Ablot of Alexandria Griffith jointly run the Campbell County Militia, which operates in rural government surroundings in Lynchburg, Virginia, with Ablot serving as the militia's commander and having ties to other similar groups and regions. And it says the militia, which appears to be mostly white based on photos posted to its public-facing social media, was formed roughly 5 years ago, forming a rise of other similar groups of Virginia after a domestic wave of victories in the state in gun control fights. In 2020, counties Board of Supervisors officially recognized Ablot's militia and other 6 votes. And we're going to show you that the times they were living in, that Esau can feel basically his kingdom being shifted, man. His kingdom is being destroyed, man, and he can tell by what the stuff that he's seeing, the rights being taken away. Going back to the amendment rights, man, and one of their most prestigious amendments is the Second Amendment, which is gun rights. Because once you take away gun rights, Esau's not going to let that happen, man. Because what? Esau, as we know, the so-called Caucasians, the so-called white people, that is their blessing. When you go back into Genesis, because we look at a nation, such as, like Edomites, Caucasians, what do they always have? What do they always, use? And what's their prized possession? Which is the sword. So we know that the modern day gun is the sword. Okay, prime example. When Esau goes hunting, he's a cunning hunter. What do you always use? He used weapons. Okay, what's the popular? Why do they have so many weapons? We look at the artillery that in America, what they have all types of artillery, man, gunnery, machinery, tanks, guns, assault rifles, pistols, knives. This is not simple. They all got names. They all got different attributes, attachments, guns, and all this stuff, man. Magazines. Videos. Come on now. This is what we're dealing with. But of course, so I don't want to just ramble along, but let's go ahead and get some scriptures. This is Genesis chapter 27, verse 38. And Esau said unto his father, Hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me even so, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. And Isaac said unto his father, and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and of the dew of heavens from above. And by thy sword thou shalt live, and thou shalt serve thy brother. And again, his blessing was the sword, man, and the fatness of the earth. Because why? Because Esau controls the earth as of right now, because he's in the power seat. Going to Job chapter 9 and 24, okay? The earth is given to the hands of the wicked, okay? And one of their most fatness of the earth is through their military, man. They have the biggest military garrisons throughout the four corners of the earth, man. So he has the earth in his hands, Okay. But I digress. I just want to get a small sample. But going back to the article, you know, that basically now Lisa wants to control everything, and that's hierarchy in the power seat, which is the government. So the government controls the military, and the government wants to fully control them by, making them slaves. Especially in America. That's why the government is taking their rights away. And of course, through their pride, they're like, no, we're not having that, man. You know, because these Edomites in America, they believe in what they stand, man. They believe in the Constitution, which they don't realize it wasn't really meant for them. It was really meant for the elites. But they believe that in a system that was also for them. Okay, so let's go. It says military.com reviews 7 hours of recordings of meetings of Campbell published at social media sites, most of which featured Bolt as key speaker either at the militia training or a public events to recruit for the group. The publication found a pattern of Bolt issuing over threats against the federal government, making it clear that his militia mission is to potentially wage war. Our own government is the greatest threat to our safety and security, said at one event earlier this year. Power is akin to force. I would argue there are only two forces man has direct access to. The one of those is violence and threat. And that's we're gonna show you that when you have Edomites in rulership, that hey man, that whatever wherever there is there's just always war. And that's and that's his mindset, man. That's why we can't have peace on earth, because these devils on him rulership, man. He is satisfied never having never enough, man. So let's go. As a matter of fact, I don't want to quote it. Let's go and get Habakkuk. This is Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 4. Behold, his soul which lifted up is not right up in him, but the just shall live by faith. Yet he also, because he transgressed by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who lunges as desire as hell and as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gather unto him all nations, if heapeth about him all people. Shall not all these take a parable against him, and taunt a proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increases that which is not his? How long? And to him that leadeth himself with thick clay. Shall not they not arise suddenly that bite thee, and awake thee shall vex thee, and thou shalt be booties unto them? Because thou hast spoiled many nations, and all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee. Side. Again, you go to show you that Habakkuk the 2nd chapter. And just in case I ever did missed it, I'm gonna read it again. Yea, it says, for the vision is yet appointed time, and but the end shall speak. I'm sorry, behold, his soul which lifted up is not right up in him, but the just shall live by faith. Yea, also because he transgressed by wine, he's a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlarges desire as hell and as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth about him all people. Shall not all these parables against him, and a type and proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth with that which is not his? How long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay? Shall not rise up suddenly that bite thee, and shall awake and vex thee, and thou shalt be unbooted. Go to show you that, no matter how, go to show you that he's willing to use his own people, to further his agenda, which is what? The MOTV, to control all people, and he's willing to use his own people to get to his agenda. Now, these Americans, these patriots, they can see the evilness in their own government, man, and they're not gonna just stand by, man. They're willing, they're willing to fight, to believe in the fight in their freedom and constitution to take this devil down, which is gonna be a civil war in America. It go to show you that this is confusion, because not everybody's on one accord, man. Everybody has their religion, everybody has their belief, everybody has their own stand, man, even against their own people. But again, this is prophesied, man. They go to show you that when you don't have a one consent, a one agreed, as they would say, one nation, so to speak, man, that is bound to crumble. So let me get this scripture. This is Matthew chapter 12, verse 26. If Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. How shall then his kingdom stand? That's right, man. As you can see, when you have two, like say, even one nation warred against themselves, it go to show you time and time again, that the kingdom is gonna fall. And like I said, when you read Ecclesiastes 3:1, there's no new thing under the sun. This is what happened to the Roman Empire, man. Actually, matter of fact, you can go back to the Greece. As soon as Alexander died, when he apocrypha, he lent it to his four generals. And what happened? All four of them fought war against each other for them to have one dominance. So this is nothing new. So, we're going to see civil war, civil unrest. As it says in the scriptures, Egyptians shall go against the Egyptians, man. So there's going to be war. And all this, he's going to destroy himself, man. Because he is a proud man. So we're going to see more wars. We're going to see more civil unrest. To the point that, that this devil is going to do something, which, of course, this is what he wants, man. He wants you to have the civil war so that way he can bring martial law in, so that way he can fulfill his enterprise. But, of course, we know ultimately that his enterprise is going to fail. So I just want to make this quick article, So this is Great Muslim Virginia, as always, to give you the latest news, article, lessons of the spirit of Paya Bashim Yashai. But, of course, as always, I want to say all praise to you. Yahweh Bashim Yahshua, Bashim Rukakodash. I want to say double honor to the elders of Great Millstone who war for teaching of the truth. And of course, say peace and blessings and salutation to Yakim that's putting his truth throughout the four corners of the earth, sincerely to the best of their abilities, guys the four corners of the earth. With that, I'm going to say shalom.